Right now I'm in Iran.
Very good. Oh, we're recording. Okay, that's good. Thank you, Dama. Thank you. Excellent. Okay, I'm going to get rid of a dog. Dog, go on away. Go on, go on, go on, go on. Good girl.
Hi, Dama.
Hello. Hello, Sina.
How are you?
Yeah, everything is fine. Just being busy as usual, but everything is okay.
Yeah, and that's nice. Being busy is
All
a good
right.
thing. Yeah, that's
So are we
very perfect to
rushing to
you.
get here, or was everybody just ready to come here? Because I've been working non-stop to try and get the computer working and everything going. Got here at last. Dirty as can be, smelly, don't care. I'm here. It's good. It's fine.
It's really nice to see you live.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nobody's seen
probably
me
it's the
looking like this
first
for a long
video
time.
of you.
Yeah, indeed. Been a very, very long time. Now,
Yeah.
hold on. Let me get this bigger. Alrighty. So I suppose what we should do is go through questions and stuff, and any technical stuff that wants charts and stuff. We could I could do it this evening and we could edit it
Mhm.
in later,
Okay.
or yeah, we could edit it in right where you've asked it, or we could edit it in at the end of it and say, okay, at the
It's
end of
up
this,
to you. It's
yeah,
up to you. Yeah,
whatever.
it's fine for me. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, then whenever you're ready to kick off, I'm ready to kick off, and then we're all good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me just open the questions. Yes, perfect. So, okay. Hi again. Yes. And
Hello, Tina.
uh, I would like to thank you on behalf of Iranian traders for accepting this interview. And
It'll be
there were a
interesting to
lot
see
of
what.
questions.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. It'll be interesting to see what Iranians actually are wondering about the market.
Okay. Yeah.
So I look forward to
There's
seeing what it is and answer it all.
Oh, okay, perfect. So I'm going through your questions as we talked before. There were a lot, but
Yeah.
I chose the most important ones, the non-technical ones, in order to keep the interview in a good time. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And okay, perfect.
And maybe if
So the
there's technical
first,
ones, we can go in there later at another one. Do it again.
okay, it's depend on you.
If we're still friends.
uh, so I'm going to ask the first question. So they asked, what do you think about other strategies like ICT?
ICT, the ICT.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say that is the intercut. No.
First question.
Let's go
Yeah.
again.
Okay. So for the first question, as you said, you don't know about anything about ICT. So I'm going to the second question.
Yeah.
So one of the traders said that if once said in one of his interviews that his students finds entry points with only 2 pips of stop loss, which is insane. Please
Yeah.
ask him how they find these areas.
Oh, well, every student of mine knows that we look for invisible areas just beyond fake supply or demand. You know yourself, Sina, you've seen it
Yes.
many times where price comes really, really close to everybody's target, and then it bounces away from their target just before it hits, and it infuriates them so much. These targets are brilliant, but if you're going to get a really good turn at these targets, you want price to come really close to them and then bounce away first. That's how I became interested in stop loss trading, because I saw this, and I was working with Red Sword years and years ago, and he would get really frustrated. The price got so close to his target and then bounced away, and then for the rest of the day he's, oh Jesus Christ, and he wouldn't move his target closer. He'd always leave his target exactly where it was, and then he'd have the most miserable day waiting for price to move away from his target and then back towards it again later that night. And these targets, they were always tiny little areas, and they're utterly invisible to nerdy everybody. But if you can get yourself a nice left shoulder, now we all know nowadays what the left shoulder is. It's that bit way over there on the left. And if we can find its kink to be just a tiny little area, just this little up and down, or down and up, whichever way you want to look at it, whichever way price is coming, and it's absolutely tiny, and as price comes to it, it almost hits it and then bounces away from it, then we know that is just a new supply or demand which is made, which is utterly fake, and it's going to be broken. And when it comes into these tiny little left shoulders, these tiny little left shoulder kinks, then price is going to bounce away from there hard. And we absolutely love those. And we can see them coming so easily because the way we draw charts is extremely easy. It's just a line and it's a rectangle. And when price gets really close to that rectangle, and that rectangle is absolutely tiny, and price bounces away from it, when it comes back to it, it's like, hey, free money.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can all do that. I mean, just somebody who's been working with us for a week can do that. You find it, find the level, put the line, put the rectangle, see price coming towards it. That's it. Really, really simple. There's an awful lot more to understanding the market, and there's an awful lot more to understanding how you are in the market and how you play it. But generally, we can find tiny, tiny zones. 2 pips is ideal and absolutely wonderful. And then you just give yourself a stop loss of that plus a little bit more because you have your movement of the ask line as you go. But it can be done. These are tiny, beautiful, absolutely wonderful trades to take.
Exactly. Yeah. Basically, we trade stop loss of other traders, as people know.
Yeah. That's right.
How we do our job.
Yeah, it becomes very easy.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I'm going to the next question. So it is it possible that RTM become unusable in the future?
Oh, I'd love that. I would absolutely love that if RTM became unusable. Because the reason it would become unusable is because the market stops getting run by the same people, or it stops getting run at all. You an absolute ton of Japanese yen. And you can go and you can have an account in Japanese yen. And you can go to the dollar against Bitcoin, and you can just crash Bitcoin if you have enough yen. Like, doesn't it seem a little bit odd that you can crash an entire currency or an entire value of a commodity without even owning it? Now, it just goes to show you how fake the market is when people can actually do that. So, now, is it likely without a massive international revolution to make RTM not work? I don't think so. I mean, when you look at so many parts of humanity where, I mean, people know that vaccine injury is a massive thing, yet people are still going out and getting vaccinated. People know masking doesn't work, yet they're all going out and masking. There's so much where people actually know exactly what is going on, but they're conditioned to act completely differently. So what you've got is, like, anybody asks anybody, where do you start trading? Where do you start learning to trade? Well, you start learning to trade on baby pips. And baby pips is there telling you, you do this moving average, and then you go to this moving average, whatever that is, and then you go for these crossover systems. They're so accurate and magnificent. Everybody believes this crap.
Yeah.
Now, I tell the truth about how the market works. And you know how people are treated when they tell the truth. It's just, conspiracy theorist, blah, blah, blah. So the truth of the market is the most esoteric thing and the most unbelieved and disbelieved thing, because the market is so beautifully manipulated and everybody in it is so beautifully manipulated that nobody is going to believe the truth about it when they're told about it. They're just going to go off and look for those moving crossovers or moving average crossovers and stuff. They're going to go with that instead because that's how everybody does it. So
exactly.
Our way works. People are so easy to manipulate. Just get them to get in early. Just get people to, and even show them mostly how the market works. Now that's brilliant, where you go with symmetry and stuff like that. You show them mostly how the market works, and then they get themselves in exactly almost the right place, but definitely in exactly the right direction, almost before your level. Then you get it going in the direction they like, and it's like, yay, they're all full of joy and happiness, and then let price come back a little bit towards them, and it's like, oh, hold on a second. I know, price is coming back and I didn't have enough in. I've just seen the prices going in my direction, so I'm going to put more on. Yeah, more is better. So price comes back towards their entry and, oh, look, they've got a nice head and shoulders or Quasimodo or whatever they want to call it there. Let's get in there. Yeah, let's get in there. And then price goes a little bit. And now they're not just in for one entry, which is coming towards them. They're in for two, and one is coming towards them, and now one is in minus. And it's like, hold on a second. And then they really start messing with you, and it starts really, really hurting. And we see that dance happening over and over and over again. And we generally will not trade unless we see that dance happening. We see that people are told to get in there in the right direction early, see them be given a little bit of hope, and then see them being given an opportunity to get in even better and make it better. Tiny bit of hope from there, and then stress, and then a little bit more stress, then a little bit more stress, and then a little bit of hope, and then just break the supply, break the demand that's just been made or whatever. And it's desolation. And that's where we get in, because that is where the stop losses are. And we're stop loss traders because the institutional traders are stop loss traders. So it's just simple. It's always going to be the same. So long as the market is run by these evil monkeys, then it's going to be the same and RTM will work.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay, thank you for the clarification. Yeah. And the fourth question is related to the first one. So I'm going to jump and I will ask the fifth question. Is it possible to become a day trader by RTM?
I mean, it is. Now, a day trader is somebody who switches off at the end of every day, isn't it? Isn't that literally what a day trader is? I mean, yeah, when I was at my busiest in trading, I was on the 1 minute chart. And once I was in a zone between, let's say, I was in an area between, let's say, two different H4 zones, then everything was really pure. And you can get in here, get out there, bounce around all day. You can spend all day getting in and out, take 30 trades if you like, and be out by the end of the day. But that's what we call burning the candle at both ends and then sticking new ends onto the candle and burning them as well. I mean, that's hard work, but it can be done. But the thing with my method is time doesn't matter in the market. Time means absolutely nothing. Time frame means absolutely nothing. Scale means a lot. Scale means an absolute awful lot to us. Because if we trade on the scale that we're looking at, we can give ourselves really big wins. We can say, okay, price is at this level. And let's say we're dealing with symmetry or whatever. We know the price can go all the way down to there. So why do we think about closing there when we've sold there and we can see price can easily go down all the way to there? It just doesn't make sense. But if we can find ourselves a beautiful entry in the morning time, and we know the price isn't going to go against us anywhere through the day, then we can miss out on 99% of our potential earnings and close at the end of the day. We can do that, but why would you do that? That just seems nuts. Exactly. But if you work on a small enough scale, do that for sure. You can day trade. You can scalp and scalp and scalp, or you can just go into higher frames or higher time frames, like 15 minutes, whatever. Any of that sort of thing you can do. You can get in and get out of these trades. It doesn't matter what time frame you're in. Price always looks exactly the same. If I show you a chart that's in the 1 month and doesn't say that it's a 1 month, I could tell you that's a 1 minute chart and you'd say, yeah, that's a 1 minute chart because they look the same. Exactly.
Yeah. And the rules works in every time frame. So
they really do. Yeah, indeed.
Exactly. So let me just ask this sixth question. Can we become prop firm trader using RTM? I ask this because prop firms have hard rules such as closing trades before the end of the day, not keep trades over weekends. Also, if the rules is that we should trade at least 3 trades per week. One of the rules is that traders should at least 3 trades per week.
Okay. Well, I'm sure it can be done, but I gotta tell you, it takes a special kind of person, which most definitely isn't me, to be able to do something like that. Um, I went working. The first time I went working for, now it wasn't a prop firm, it was just for an investment company.
Hmm.
Oh my God, that was stressful. So stressful. I was doing absolutely brilliantly on my own private account. And at the start of the day, I just start working and take a couple of scalps here and there, and then the manager from the trading company would get on to me and he'd say, "If have you taken any trades? Have you seen anything good today?" "No, I haven't seen anything today. Nothing." And I'm already watching my own chart and it's going up, doing its own thing, and great, and I made
Yeah.
10% in the day or whatever. "No, I haven't seen anything. No, no, no." Um, okay. So he comes to me 2 or 3 days later. "Have you seen anything?" "No, no, no, nothing." And I've nearly doubled my own account at this stage. And no, I haven't
Yeah.
seen. Because it's somebody looking over your shoulder, and I'm no good at having somebody look over my shoulder when I'm doing this. I mean, trading, it's a really solitary thing. It's for just you, your thoughts, and the chart, and that's that. So I don't know how anybody could work with a prop firm. Um, I don't know how anybody could be told you have to take 3 trades per week. Now you can on our method. You can take hundreds of trades per week because there are hundreds of opportunities per week, depending on which time frame you're looking at, which scale you're trading in. But another really big problem I have with prop firms is you don't need them. Because if you're doing our method right, then you are tuned in to the eighth wonder of the world, which is, as Einstein would say, compounding. Because if you are just taking the best trades of the year or the best trades of the week, and you're just looking for really high R on trades, then it really takes very little time to turn a tiny, tiny account into an absolutely massive account. You've just got to do stop doing the stupid things that humans do by you know, um, by trying to rush things, by all the things, all
Yeah.
the human problems involved with trading. If you dump all the human parts of trading, which are going to be with you through all of the prop firm trading, by the way. So I mean, if you're going to use our method, you're going to have to be good at our method, because why bother otherwise? Now, I did have one amazing student. He was with me at the very beginning and for years, a Polish young man, and he was brilliant. He became really famous with us, and he stopped making faces at me. Sorry, I got somebody making faces at me. Yes. He just did the most simple of things. He'd see the left shoulder, he'd see the kink, and he would always trade at the right shoulder. He'd always trade at the left shoulder kink, where he had an engulf. And he would always win, and always win, and always win. Where was I going with this, by the way? Maybe I just remembered him because he's brilliant and wonderful. There was a point in that, but I've forgotten exactly what the question is. The question is, can you be a prop firm trader? Don't be a
Yes.
prop firm trader. Please just learn to trade, and please compound your account. Do it slowly, because what is it they say? It's a wonderful thing, and it is slow is smooth and smooth is fast. And no matter what you're doing in life, that's true. Slow
Exactly.
is smooth
Yes.
and smooth is
That's
fast.
100% true.
Yeah, so just get good and try and not get other people involved in your life when you're doing these things. Um, and take as long as you can possibly take out of the market after learning how the market works. Um, so that you get an instinct for how the market works, and you're not just saying, well, this has happened, so I've got to do this, and you're not putting knowledge into it. You're not saying, I know this, so I'll do that. I know this, so I'll do that. You're saying, this is going to happen, and then you just watch these things happen. I
Yeah.
mean, a very long time, 15 years or something at this, something like that. And I could just look at the market and just see what's going to happen next. And it's really easy. And yeah. And I think if I was working, taking 20 or 30 trades a day, every day, I wouldn't ever be able to see that. It's just not getting involved with it, just watching the market from a distance. And yeah, every once in a while get into it because you got to make money. But watching it from a distance, you get to learn it so well. So try and avoid prop firms if you can. The stress involved in it is absolutely way too much for me anyway. I can't do it for the life of me. And I don't imagine how anybody that's in any way like me could be a prop firm trader. You can do it. You absolutely can do it. The rules that you said, they're not too awful. They're not impossible to deal with. But try and just do it for yourself. Turn $5 into $500. Turn $500 into $5,000. Turn $5,000 into $5 million. Whatever it is, wherever you want to start, you can get there.
Okay.
Can I say something about the prop firm thing?
Yes, of course,
for sure.
So if the question is whether can RTM be a prop firm trader, I currently I know some of RTM traders that are already past the prop firm. One is from the academy. One is from Indonesia, so he is from RTM Indonesia as well, and he told me that he only do the simple stuff. I mean, he trade only left shoulders. He wait for BSZ or FTR, and he took every profit just at the TG1. So he told me that I'm not bothered to think about 10 hour, let's say like that. I mean, that's his own way, his philosophy. He just take everything at TG1, either FTR King or BSZ King, and it's about in the end of the day, in the end of the month, it works, and now he's doing very good. So it can. The thing is that we, as if said, that we have to find the prop firms, the rule of the prop firms that suit our trading style. Some prop firm limited by the leverage, meaning we should find the pips. So like if we have to we have to pass or we want to withdraw the money, we need to reach certain pips. But some prop firm is all about
pips, not profit.
Yeah, so some prop firm like you need to hundreds of pips, and then that's the time when you can withdraw. But some prop firms, just make a certain amount of percent, which I like better because we work with reward. Because we work with risk reward, so find the one that suits our category. I think some prop firm now has unlimited time, like, so we don't really need to rush. I mean, finding 3 trades per week is really insane, but some prop firm I know already have unlimited time, so that you can take even 1 trade a year if you want to. So just find the one that you find it good and work with your way. But yeah, there are some RTM students that are past the prop firm and doing good with it.
Yeah, I know a person from the academy. Yes, he is doing very good with prop firms.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, nothing against anybody who does use them. It's just you don't need them. You really don't need them. Yeah.
I know the reason behind of this question, because as you know, the Iranian currency, wow, that's flown, and so people try to make their daily earnings using prop firms, and so that's the reason of this question they asked.
Yeah. Okay. Daily earnings from it. Oh God, be really good before you're looking for daily earnings out of the market, because it's run by the most evil people who do the most evil things, and it's set up for them to win. But yes, if you can do the simple things, and the simple things are bloody simple. As Dama said there, that going for TG1 is so simple. Just that first conservative target. It's the easiest thing in the world to hit. And it just hits 90-something% of the time. And if you can be that guy who just gets out at TG1, then I mean, yeah, it's not
Exactly.
high R, but it's always R. It's almost always R. So yeah, go for it.
And also the CTG, the conservative target, it's perfect. It's incredible because
Yeah,
it allows us to not uh, justify or adjust our stop loss.
yeah.
So
Indeed,
that's
indeed.
very perfect. Yeah.
No, that was,
So
and it's such a simple concept as well, just taking something out at conservative targets so that even if you go to break even, you can't lose. And
exactly.
even if your stop loss gets hit, you're at break even, you can't hit. That's wonderful. I mean, yeah, it works and it's simple. And
Yeah.
being away from the market a little bit, standing back and look at it, it teaches you that these are the easy ways to do this stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Thanks, Hannah.
My pleasure.
the next question, um, it is it's about the old things, all rumors, and that's why RTM became popular in Iran. It's about Salman Efradi.
All right, so yeah, Salma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they asked that, what do you think about Salman? As I know, he's a genius person, so
Yeah.
he does very good. But from your point of view, people want to know, what do you think about him?
Okay, it's a very long time since Sullivan was in RTM. So I can only tell you my experience of him in RTM. And he was extremely honorable, and he put knowledge before ego all of the time. And I love somebody who puts knowledge before ego. So yeah, honorable then. Um, Philosopher, amazing philosopher. His method, to be fair, I read the first number of pages of his Art of War thread, and I didn't understand a bloody word of it, so I didn't read the rest of it. But he was taking trades just like I take them, and he was seeing
Yeah.
ahead of time what was going to happen in the markets exactly as I saw it myself. So it's like, okay, he seems to have a different way of explaining how I see the market. And I mean, now that I am doing most of my work in the academy, I see that one student needs to be put in this direction and another student needs to be put in that direction. So the same explanation doesn't have to work for two people, and two completely different explanations or ways of explaining something can work for two different people. So Sullivan had a way of explaining the market, which certainly seemed to work. The way he was using the market and the way the people who were gravitating towards him were trading, they were able to see the market working really well as well. So yeah, personally, you see, I've never had a beer with Sullivan. I've never, so I don't know. I don't know. You got to have a beer with somebody, really.
Yeah.
Or go on a bike ride with them or something, you know? Yeah, see the world a bit.
Okay. So the next question is that, do you know many Iranian trading course sellers claim that they are your friend? So what's your statement about these people?
Is one of them my son, I wonder? I remember there are so many stories about people that know me and people that are related to me. And I don't know if it's an Iranian guy that calls himself If My Auntie's Son. And then people believe that he's my son and he's a trading teacher. And it's just, oh, Jesus Christ. No, I do not know any Iranian traders. I think I've found some Iranian RTM groups and RTM Academy Telegram groups,
Yeah.
but I get banned from them as soon as I appear because they don't want me hearing what exactly is being said in there.
Yeah.
No, there's for now there is now. I would love to have people who learn who know this stuff in every language. I'm so lucky to have Dama over there who understands RTM so extremely well, and he can do the Indonesian language RTM. But now I have an Iranian student, and he's getting better and better. And I'd love for him. He has a beard. I'm looking at him at the moment. It'd be great. It'd be great for him to take over the Iranian side of it someday, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. For
Yeah.
now, though, I have absolutely nobody who's affiliated with RTM teaching in Iran. Nobody whom I would trust or anything. I just don't know any of them, and most of the people who say that they are RTM and RTMA graduates don't believe them. It's nonsense.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been like for 3 years or 2.5 years. I'm in the academy and I'm not even graduated yet. So
Yeah, indeed.
yeah, so
But other
that's
people apparently are my best friends and are related to me and stuff, and they know it all already.
yeah.
It's amazing. And all untrue.
So next question. How long will it take for us to become a professional trader after joining RTM and RTMA? So I think I just answered the question before asking it.
Yeah, indeed.
That's
I had a guy asking me last week or something. Well, there were loads of questions, first of all. It was through Facebook messages or something like that. And there were loads of questions, and they were getting sillier and sillier as they went along. And then he asked me how much I cost per hour to do private sessions. And I told him how much I cost per hour to do private sessions, and he said,
Mhm.
okay. Let's say I mean, yeah, I get taken, yeah. No. Let's say I hire you for 8 hours a day, for 3 hours a week, for 50 weeks a year. It's going to cost me this much. Can you guarantee that I will know how the market works after that? And I said right there and then, I think I'm going to have to leave this conversation because it's getting really silly. Um, but yes, you cannot know what's going on inside somebody's mind. I mean, there's the old saying that you can lead a horse to water, but you cannot make him drink. So, you know, even just let's say you're out for the night with a friend at a party. And you're both sitting on a sofa at exactly the same party, and you're side by side, and your elbows are touching throughout or the entire night. And after the party, you're walking home, and your friend said, "What a night! It was absolutely awful." And you're there, hold on a second, that was an absolutely brilliant night. And he's not, God, that was, and you can have completely different experiences sitting in exactly the same place with exactly the same stuff going on all around you. So, for some people, things could go really brilliantly, really quickly. For some people, they go spiral out of control very fast.
Yeah.
Um, with trading, some people may never get it. I believe that most people will never, ever really be able to understand the market. And if they are able to understand the market, they won't be able to make money from it. I don't know, we create these problems for ourselves. We put barriers up in our own way, and we sabotage ourselves in so many ways that if we can, I mean, if you're a person who doesn't self-sabotage, if you're a person who doesn't put barriers in your own way, then you don't even need to know everything that I teach. You can just do the basics and do them over and over and over again and just get away with it. But you can get
Yeah.
away with it really well. Um, so I'm going to say anywhere you can become a professional trader, anywhere within 1 day and 1,000,000 years or never. Somewhere in there. Yeah.
That's the best answer. So, next question. There is a rumor that if is not a trader, he cannot trade. What would you say about the rumor?
Yeah, if is not a trader for sure. If you ask if what he is, he will definitely not tell you he's a trader because I'm not. I mean, I'm not. I don't care about it. Um, I learned how the market works. I see that lots of people want to know how the market works. I love teaching them how the market works. That's about it. But I mean, I have so many ways that I can make money.
Yeah.
What I absolutely love to do is things that I don't know how to do. I mean, I'm sitting in my house here, and when I was a kid, we made this house. Right next to the
Hmm.
house, we made a joinery. So it's over there. So all the machines are there for me to make timber
Hmm.
furniture and timber this and timber that. So a couple of years ago, I started making the kids' bedrooms and guest bedrooms and stuff, and I started making them out of steel. And my mother said, "You have a joinery there. Why are you not making them out of timber?" I said, "Because I don't know how to work with steel." I mean, that's obvious to me. That's the most obvious reason to not
Yeah.
be doing making it out of timber. I know how to do that. Also, I don't want to be in the market. I mean, I could be a lot richer than I am now in from so many ways. I was asked to, a long time ago, I was asked to join the Freemasons, and I said, no, thank you. It just seemed really icky to me, just, you know?
Yeah.
And making
Understand.
money out of the market seems, there's a lot of bloodshed in the market. I mean, really,
Yeah.
an awful lot of misery in the market. And the only way for you to make money is because other people are hurting and people are having the worst day of their lives. And that is ugly and it really is nasty. But in saying that, I'm in the very lucky position that so many people aren't in, where the universe just looks after me. The universe, it tells me things, it lets me know things ahead of time, and it always just sends what I need just as I need it. So, I mean, later on this year, I'm going to want to go down to the south of Italy and buy a motorcycle and ride the motorcycle back to Ireland on the Trans-European Trail. It's a kind of an off-road trail across Europe, and I
Hmm.
want to buy a motorcycle down in the south of Italy and ride my way back through the summer. And either a couple of students are going to come my way before then, and I'll have the money from the students to do that, or I'll take a trade and, in a couple of days, I'll have the money to buy that motorcycle and take that route. And that's going to happen. If I want it to happen, that will happen. Everything that I want to happen, apart from revolution, that hasn't happened yet, but that's
Yeah.
going to happen pretty soon.
Exactly.
um, it all kind of comes and the universe kind of aligns in so many ways. So if I need to make money from a trade, I will make money from a trade. My last trade was ages ago. I doubled my account. Now, I think price has never even come back to where I took that entry from. So I would have like
Hmm.
seriously multiplied my account by now had I just left it running. But I got double my account and that's it. I mean, um,
It's enough for you.
it's enough. Enough is enough.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
have kids whom I absolutely adore, and they adore me, and that's rare, you know. I've loads of time, absolutely loads of time. We took the kids out on the dirt bikes this morning, and
Mhm.
just had the best time ever, and that's it. I mean, I'm healthy. We grow our food here. We have our chickens there for our eggs. We don't drink any fluoride in our water. We're extremely wealthy here. And we
Yeah.
need very little
For
money
you.
to be extremely wealthy over here. We
Yeah.
need very,
I
very
know.
little. We have
I know that.
everything in the world. And we didn't go and get ourselves injected with any poisons or anything over the last few years. So we just feel really lucky. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, if can trade, if most of the time doesn't want to trade, he wants to do something that he can't do.
Yes, I
So
know.
yeah, that's that.
But he can trade. He
He
just
can.
doesn't want to trade. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a difference. That's a
indeed.
difference for that. Yeah.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah. So the next one is the price of the academy is very high, and because of Iranian currency, we cannot join the academy. Is there a way that we can join the academy with some circumstances or discounts?
Dama,
Yes, if?
Dama, did you pay to get into the academy?
No.
No. There is a way to get into the academy for free. You don't need the academy, by the way, because RTM is there and RTM works, and it is essentially the same information.
Yes.
But RTM has been running for a very, very long time now, and RTM really appreciates people who work hard in there and learn, and they live by the ethos that you learn by teaching, which is the way I got to learn so much, because I was explaining it to
Yes.
people. The more I explained it, the more I had to be right. And Dama did exactly the same. He started taking apart everything that I had to say and really studying the hell out of it. And then he just helped everybody in his way to
Yeah.
learn it, and did brilliantly in doing it, and impressed me, impressed the entire community. And anybody who does that is going to get taken into the academy. So, yeah, I mean, that is a way to do it. But there's RTM as well. Much, much cheaper, much cheaper, and exactly the same information is there. So you can do that.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. So you just answered the 12th question. So that's what's the key differences between RTM and RTMA. But if you want to add something, please go ahead.
Well, have I read every thread? Have I read every post in RTM? No, I have not read every post in RTM. Have I read every post in RTM Academy? Absolutely. Every morning I wake up, have my coffee, and I sit down in the academy with my coffee. And if Dama is brilliant at getting in before me. His dawn is 6, 7 hours ahead of mine, with him being on the other side of the world. So he does lots of answering of questions, and he's utterly brilliant with that. But if there's anything left for me to do after that, I'm right in there,
Yeah.
and I'm doing everything else. That is where I hang out. So if you want, somebody to put really hours and hours and hours of care into, you go to the academy, but you don't need it. You absolutely don't need it.
Exactly. So thank you for the answer. And the last question, it's some sort of technical question, but I'm going to ask you, could you tell us more about symmetry? How we can find true symmetries to trade?
Okay, now that sounds like something I'm going to have to sit down and use a mouse with and do some drawing on. But for now, I can give some advice on it. It is that if the market was completely random looking, then your mind would see the randomness in it, and it just wouldn't want to touch it. But if there is some, I won't say symmetry or just yet, but if there are some patterns in the market, if there is some recurring themes in the market, you might not be able to spot them exactly what they are, but your mind will know that there is some order in the market here.
Yes.
Like when you see this here, this V here, and then another V beside it, and you see that this little V fits into that V there, you don't say to yourself that V fits into that V, and then that other, when you don't know exactly what it is, but you know that there's some order there. Symmetry has a massive say in the order that's in the market, and we couldn't have a market. Nobody would be interested in going into the market if there wasn't a decent amount of order in there that your mind could say, okay, that's a thing. Now, of course, there are the people coming straight out of baby pips and whatever, and they don't even see price. They just see those moving averages and the RSI and the MACD and stuff and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But that's not really trading. That's just nonsense. But they're not going to see price. They will see that there's something there. So what I will do is, over the next 24 hours, I'll do up something on a little simple thing about symmetry, because symmetry isn't exactly just, well, you've got this, so then you're going to have that. There's a little bit more to it. I mean, symmetry like this, symmetry like that. You know, there's there's a bit to it. So yeah, I'll be glad to put a little lesson on that.
Thank you so much for that.
And send it over to you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yay.
So that was the end of our questions. Would you like to add something? So you're very welcome.
Would I like to add something? No, I mean, it's been fun. And I didn't have to use my hands very much. There wasn't a lot of technical stuff where I had to do a lot of drawing. That's good. But yeah, maybe if people would like some slightly more technical stuff, like I don't want to be working for hours on it on an interview, and everything I've said, everything about RTM has already been out there on videos, maybe so far. So the stuff we got today was pretty new. Yeah, it was pretty new stuff.
Yes, exactly.
But I'm glad we did this anyway. I am going to hear my voice on a video again. I haven't heard my voice in so long. So it'll be interesting to hear what that sounds like.
People only know your voice and the picture that you have with long hair.
Yeah, I know. That's how long I've been in the business.
See you live.
Yeah,
that's incredible thing.
Oh yes, my last picture, long curly hair and a six-pack. Yeah, I'm just wearing a filter now. I look exactly the same as that. Yeah. So thanks very much for having me anyway, Sina.
Thank you so much for accepting this interview. So we also said that we're gonna have a surprise for the Iranians. Would you like to tell about this?
You can do that.
Okay. So, guys, if tries to establish RTM Iran for Iranians with Persian language in order to make stuff simple and easy for you to learn. So we are currently working on that, and as soon as possible we down the things, we will let you know about it.
Yay. Well said. Well said. And I'm glad we didn't have to do this interview in Persian as well. I'm really bad at that. Thank you very much indeed. Great to chat.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. See you. Take care of yourself. Thank you, Dhamma.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Eve. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Thanks very much. I'm going to disappear anyway. And thank you so much, gentlemen. That was great. Excellent. Well done, gentlemen. Great to chat.
Thank you so much.
That was fun.
Yeah,
be well.
Yeah, exactly. I'm super happy to see you, to talk to you live. And I hope things get better and we can establish the things that you want to establish.
That would be absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely. Yeah. Really amazing. Well done. Yay. Okay, everyone. Farewell, gentlemen.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Yay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.